안녕하세요, 이수다. क्योंकि यहाँ पे है
안녕하세요 누나, 안녕하세요 형, 안녕하세요 여러분.
안녕하세요 काफी जो भी यहाँ पे है सारे यूट्यूब पे भी स्ट्रीम कर रहे हो राइट?
Yes.
जस्ट इन केस अगर यूट्यूब पे भी कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो यू गाइस प्लीज कीप अ चेक.
Yes, I will tell you. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो
हाँ बिल्कुल. जस्ट इन केस अगर यूट्यूब पे भी कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो यू गाइस प्लीज कीप अ चेक.
Yes, I will tell you. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो
हाँ. जस्ट इन केस अगर यूट्यूब पे भी कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो यू गाइस प्लीज कीप अ चेक. Let's wait for another 2-3 minutes and then we can start. Okay. And I already mentioned that I'm having cold. So in case my voice is low, then just tell me. I'll increase my volume. After 2-3 minutes, and then we can start. Okay. I already mentioned that I'm having cold. So in case my voice is low, just tell me. So that day, आप लोगों ने जाकर did you practice इता ईदा वाले sentences?
Yes दीदी.
yes. Yes, दी.
Any confusion in that? Probably we'll cover in the upcoming sessions also, but in case you have some doubt right away in whatever you're reading, उससे आगे पीछे का भी I can help. Also guys who are there on YouTube, in case you want to participate in Gmeet session as well, go to the Telegram link, go to the Telegram group, and there you can find the link to join. So in case you wish to be here as well, like I've added as well You have to be there on YouTube. And apart from that, if you want to practice for yourself, then you can join us on Gmeet as well. Okay, we'll wait for another 1 minute or whosoever is left. So I think I already mentioned in the announcement as well that what are we going to do. I think you guys noted that down, right? We will be like, just to give you an agenda of what this meeting will be all about. It will be a revision of Hangul because there are so many beginners that we come across, or even few of us are still confused with few pronunciations. Like we get confused in the vowels or in diphthongs. So we'll do a quick revision of that, and we'll go ahead with the Bachim rules. So, have you guys gone through Bachim rules, or have you made any notes for that?
Yes, I have made
Yes,
notes
Deep.
of Archie rules.
Okay. So, just in case you have missed any of the rules, you can always note it down now during the session. And in case you have some confusion, you can ask me. Okay. But also, like it would be good if you note it down for future reference, because this is very, very, very important for your pronunciation. Without Bachim rules, your pronunciations won't be correct. And it's really hard to find a video or a place where you have all of these rules written together. Okay, just a reminder again, you guys are all there on YouTube as well. You're streaming there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Didi.
Okay,
हाँ.
ठीक है. So don't forget to like the video on YouTube also. That motivates us to keep doing such sessions. Okay, so instead of wasting any more time, we'll quickly start. It has in my screen. Let me know once you're able to see. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, Deep.
Okay. So these are the notes that I have. So I don't know. I find it easier for me to go through this and make you guys understand. So just let me know if it is easier for you also, or do you want me to refer some other material? Also, only referring to materials won't help. सिर्फ मटेरियल्स या बुक्स जुगाड़ करने से काम नहीं चलेगा. You need to read, you need to have someone whom you can practice with. So don't forget to join these sessions. Okay, no more lecture now. Let's start with history of Hangul. Can somebody volunteer to read this?
Didi Navya,
Go ahead, Navya.
the history of Hangul. The writing system Hangul, South Korea, and Chosungur, North Korea, was created by Sejong the Great. Second, this is as new as 15th century. Third, before 15th century, Koreans used Chinese characters. Fourth, since the Chinese institutions at that time was expensive, so the poor section of society was mostly illiterate.
Okay, thank you, Navya. And so, more or less, this is the summary of Hangul. And in case you have some other information that you want to add to the slide, go ahead, because this is what I found. Maybe you guys know something more, something better. You guys can always add. I'm open to corrections and additions in my information that I have. So, do you guys know something other than this? Or is it more or less the same information that we share? Okay, let me
Didi,
repeat.
can I tell?
Go ahead, Sakit.
There are 7.5 million native speaker and 5.6 million heritage speaker of Korean.
Okay.
And Korean language is 13th most used language in the world, about of 3,000. Korean is ये तो हो गया. So, एक minute. The Korean vocabulary is comprised of 35% native words, 60% Sino-Chinese Korean words, and 5% loan words from English and some another language.
Okay. 35, 5, and what was the ratio? Left is
Just a minute. 35% from native words
60.
and 60% Sino-Korean and 5% loan words
Okay.
from other languages. And in English sentences is constructed.
Okay. We are not going to the grammar part yet. ठीक है. तो ये सारे इंफॉर्मेशन थे. रूपश्री आंटी, मैं आपके लिए हिंदी में रिपीट कर देती हूँ कि ये हम हिस्ट्री ऑफ हंगल पढ़ रहे हैं. इसमें साउथ कोरिया के लिए का जो राइटिंग सिस्टम है उसे हम हंगल कहते हैं, और जो नॉर्थ कोरिया का है उसे चोसंगल कहते हैं, विच इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर अस राइट नाउ. और ये सेजोंग द ग्रेट जो राजा थे, जिनकी मूर्ति आप वहाँ ऊपर फोटो में भी देख रहे होंगे, ये जो मूर्ति लगी हुई है यहाँ देख रहे होंगे. तो सेजोंग द ग्रेट ने ये 15th सेंचुरी में बनाई थी. ठीक है. इससे पहले हम चाइनीज कैरेक्टर मतलब कोरियंस चाइनीज कैरेक्टर यूज करते थे, और चाइनीज इंस्टीट्यूशंस जो थे जो पढ़ाते थे ये सारी चाइनीज कैरेक्टर, ये सारे चाइनीज कैरेक्टर, वो इतने एक्सपेंसिव थे कि बहुत सारे जो पुअर कोरियंस थे वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते थे उन इंस्टीट्यूट में जाना, तो वो इलिटरेट रह जा रहे थे. तो इसीलिए सेजोंग द ग्रेट ने लिटरेसी बढ़ाने के लिए एंड सबको एक्सेस करवाने के लिए हंगुल बनाया था. ओके,
समझ गई थी.
No confusion here, right? I think this is pretty clear and this is hardly needed. Okay, moving forward. So, who can volunteer to read this? Anybody?
Can I read?
Sure, Ishita. Go ahead.
Hangul. There are 24 alphabets in modern Hangul. Number of basic consonants 14. Number of basic vowels 10. Apart from 24 basic alphabets, there are 5 double consonants and 11 complex vowels. These complex vowels are created using 2 basic vowels.
Okay. So I don't think यहाँ पे भी anyone should have any confusion. Like there are 24
I need to say something. That is, I asked for attendance in the YT, but 4 people from Gmail have not given attendance over there. Please ask them to stream on YT. That is Afsana, Girly, Mohini, and Navya.
Guys, you are there in YT as well. Okay.
I'm
you
here
just
also.
Who told?
Afsana.
I'm also on YT.
Okay. You need
Please
to
give attendance over there.
Yeah. You need to write your name in the write in the comment section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like
दीदी मुझे मिला नहीं आपका वो वाला मैसेज अटेंडेंस वाला?
कोई बात नहीं नव्या, you can just type your name.
Scroll a little bit chat, अनाव्या थोड़ा सा scroll करो, आपको मिल जाएगा.
नो दीदी नहीं है.
Okay,
अच्छा सब
Navya, I
नाम
can
दे
see
रहे हैं,
your
आप भी दे दो,
hello.
कोई बात नहीं.
I can see your hello. You can just write your name. No worries. But it's important, guys, for us also to stay motivated that you be on both the platforms. Okay, that's the requirement. Okay, so just to explain it a little bit, there are 24 basic alphabets in modern Hangul that we'll be reading, and there are 14 consonants and 10 vowels, basic consonants and basic vowels. Okay, so there are in total of 24 characters, 24 alphabets. Apart from 24 basic alphabets, what are there? There are 5 double consonants and there are 11 complex vowels or diphthongs. I hope now you guys already know that complex vowels and diphthongs are not alag-alag, they're the same thing, right? They're not different. When I say diphthongs, that is equal to complex vowel and complex vowel is equal to diphthongs. Okay?
Okay, Didi.
Yeah. So these complex vowels, how are they formed? They are formed by combining two basic vowels. Okay? There are two basic vowels out of these 10 that merge in to form this complex vowel. Okay, we'll see that division also. So, Rupashri aunty, for you, मॉडर्न हंगरी में 24 अल्फाबेट्स होते हैं, 14 बेसिक कॉन्सोनेंट और 10 बेसिक वॉवल्स. ठीक है. इन 24 अल्फाबेट्स के अलावा, बेसिक अल्फाबेट्स के अलावा 5 डबल कॉन्सोनेंट्स होते हैं और 11 कॉम्प्लेक्स वॉवल्स या डिप्थोंग्स होते हैं. ठीक है. और ये कॉम्प्लेक्स वॉवल्स कैसे क्रिएट करते हैं? हम दो बेसिक वॉवल्स को मिलाकर कॉम्प्लेक्स वॉवल बनाते हैं. ओके.
हाँ जी.
ओके. Anybody, any question till now? Silence will be treated as silence will be treated as no questions and no challenges yet. So, ठीक है. Let's move on. Okay. Now let's quickly revise these consonants. So, I suggested earlier also that you guys can remember all these, memorize all these consonant names. That will help you. But in case it's difficult right away, you can always remember the consonant ka pronunciation. Okay, just remember the pronunciation. That will anyway help you read. But knowing the consonant name would be an added advantage. Okay. So, and only basic consonants and double consonants, like only consonant category has names. In vowels, you don't have any name for that. Every vowel, only consonants have their name. ठीक है. तो अगर आप consonant name भी याद कर लो तो वो बहुत अच्छी बात है. बट अगर आपके लिए इमीडिएटली बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, बहुत सारी चीजें मेमोराइज करने के लिए, तो कोई बात नहीं, हम बाद में पढ़ लेंगे. ये अभी कॉन्सोनेंट के बेसिक जो प्रोनाउंसिएशन है वो याद कर लो. बट आपको रीडिंग करने के लिए कॉन्सोनेंट और वॉवल्स के प्रोनाउंसिएशन आने बहुत 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 इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो डोंट मिस दैट. ओके. Who else is there in the chat? Sakshi, can you just read all the consonants? Just tell me the sound that it makes. You don't need to read the consonant. It's okay. Sakshi, you there in the call?
मैं पढ़ूं कॉन्सोनेंट एक बार?
ठीक है, आप पढ़ लो.
थैंक यू जी.
ओके.
प, न, द, र, म, प.
ओके. आप ये हिंदी वाली पार्ट मत पढ़िए. ठीक है.
अच्छा मैं समझ गई
Don't read that. You don't also need to read that consonant name. You can directly tell me कि ये consonant कैसा sound बनाता है. That's okay. You don't need to read this. गियकनियन करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
मैं समझ नहीं पाई आप क्या बोल रही
ग
हैं.
ग न ट ऐसे. वो इंग्लिश, हाँ इंग्लिश वाली हिंदी इंग्लिश वाली चीजें नहीं. Guys, you guys are understanding what I am trying to speak, right? Am I confusing?
Yes, Didi. No. Yes, Didi.
I'm so sorry in case anyone found it confusing. But can someone else just volunteer? आंटी आप इसके बाद पढ़ लीजिएगा. आप vowels पढ़ लीजिएगा. ठीक है?
Can I, Didi?
Okay.
Yeah, Haya, you said right?
Yes.
हाँ, प्लीज अपना अपना नाम बता दो क्योंकि मुझे स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है.
Okay. Ka, na, da, ra, ma, ba, sa, ja, cha, kha, ta, pa, ha.
Okay. Her and her. Okay. Anybody who wants to read this? Go ahead, Navya.
K, N, Th, R, M, P, S, N, Ch, Ch, K, Th, P, H.
Very nice. Afsana, can you read this for us?
Yeah. G, N, D, R, M, B, S, N, J, Ch, K, T, H.
Perfect. Girly?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Ka, na, da, ra, ma, ba, sa, ja, cha, ka, ta, pa, ha.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
May I?
Who?
Divya.
Yes, Divya, go ahead.
G, N, D, L, M, B, S, N, J, Ch, K, Th, P, H.
Perfect. So I hope nobody is confused in consonant pronunciation now. Okay. That's very nice that you don't have a question. I'm sorry. So moving on to so these are 14 consonants, okay? Those 14 basic consonants that we read. And probably nobody is having confusion, so we are good to move ahead with vowels, okay? See, in case you find anything confusing, just stop me right away, right there, and I'll ask your question and let me explain that way, so that it doesn't break the flow when we move ahead. Okay. Okay. Who did not get a chance in basic consonants? Shweta, please go ahead and read the vowels for us.
A, O, U, I, Ya, Yo, You.
Okay, very nice, Shweta. रूपश्री आंटी, आप पढ़ देंगे?
हाँ जी.
हाँ, पढ़ लो.
A, O, U,
ओ, ये ओ है.
O.
ओ. आगे. Hello.
U, U, E,
O.
E,
उ.
E, E.
ये
E.
है अ. इसमें you don't have to open your mouth wide open. आपको मुंह नहीं खोलना है बहुत. It's just
E. Ya. Yo.
Yo.
You. Yo. Yo. What is you?
यहाँ से वापस पढ़ेंगे आप
ये वाला.
वहां से
Yo.
तीनों.
हाँ. Yo. You.
Yo.
Yo. You.
You. इन तीनों में don't get confused because the pronunciation are different for all three. Your, yo, you. तीनों अलग साउंड आए ना.
हाँ जी.
तो इसमें कंफ्यूज नहीं होना. मतलब गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आप सब लिसनिंग एक्टिविटीज भी करोगे तो वहां पे यू नीड टू नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन यो एंड यो. when a person is saying yo and yo, sound different आया होगा, right? Exactly. वही डिफरेंस को आपको पकड़ना है. So just to repeat for all those members who did not understand the Hindi conversation, I was saying that you should not get confused in the last three pronunciations. They are similar, but they are not same. So it's yo, and you. Don't get confused with the pronunciation because going forward, when you do listening activities, you need to know the difference of what exact word the person is speaking, so as to understand what word it is and what would it mean. Okay, that's the whole process.
This somebody has in the chat has told to repeat the fourth one.
This one.
Yes, maybe this one.
Okay. Ooh. In case you want me to repeat the entire list, it is a, o, u, e, ya, yo, you. Was I clear enough?
Yes, Dev. Yes, Dev.
Perfect.
Yes, Didi.
Okay. So moving on, I think Priya mentioned that, right?
Yes, Dev.
Okay. Priya, maybe you can join since you are also a beginner, as far as I know. You can also join the Gmeet link, so as you can also clear your doubts directly in the Meet session, and you can also read it for yourself because it's difficult for you to do it without practicing. Okay, so no confusion in basic vowels, right? We are done with 10 basic vowels. Now, going to diphthongs, or as I said, complex vowels. Okay. Who will be volunteering to read this? Not the ones who have already read. I want someone new. I think Ramya, you are there in the chat, right? Who else? Saki, did you get a chance to read?
Okay, Didi.
You did not get a chance to read, right?
Yes, Didi. I'll read.
Okay. So we can have 3 speakers for this slide. Saket, Ramya, and Karishma. Okay? Is it fine?
Okay, Didi. Okay.
Okay. Saket, you go ahead.
A plus E. Yeah. Ya plus E. A. O plus E. Yeah. Yo plus E. Wa. O plus A. Wa. Ve. O plus A. Ve. O plus V. Ve. O plus A. O plus E. Sorry. Wo. U plus O. Wo. Ve. U plus A. Ve. V. U plus E. V. V. E. U plus E.
Perfect. Perfect. I want everyone to pronounce like this. Okay, who's going next? Ramya? Ramya, you there in the chat?
Yeah, she is here.
Okay, in case she's having some issue with mic, or my voice is clear, right? Loud enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So if Ramya is not here, then Karishma, shall we do this? Anyone else who wants to volunteer?
Navya?
Go ahead, Navya.
Okay. A, va, ve, wo, ve, vi, u.
Ui.
Ui.
Yeah. So these are the 11 diphthongs or 11 complex vowels. Anyone else in the call who wishes to read it?
D, may I?
Sakshi?
Yes, D.
Yeah, Sakshi, go ahead.
A, ye, va, ve, wo, we, ui.
Perfect. Perfect. Very nice, all of you. You guys are already doing great. Okay. Any confusion in complex vowel? Because this is the pronunciation that confuses lots of beginners. And I myself was stuck here for I don't know many months to understand the difference between what exact sound does this vowel make. So, any confusion in any of them? Do you want me to repeat?
The first two.
Okay. The difference between first two is a, ye. I think I told in the previous session also that when this small line, if you see one small flat line, right here in between, yeah. So when it doubles up, when you have, okay, we have someone. Hi, Divyanshu.
Yeah.
So when you have two flat lines in between, if you see, then all the pronunciation will come to ye. They'll have this year sound. Okay.
Okay, D. Thank you.
That's the easier way to understand what is the difference between them. So a, ye, a, ye. Okay.
Okay, D.
Excuse me.
Ma'am, and the difference between 1 and 3?
1 and 3. Okay. These
Yes.
two, right?
Yes.
I think we had a discussion last time also. Okay, I'll repeat in case you guys want to hear Taeyong's name again. So yeah, Girly, you had some question.
6 and 7.
Okay, 6 and 7. You want me to repeat their pronunciation?
I will ask what is the difference.
Oh, okay. So see, if you see here, two entirely different basic vowels are making them. Okay. Yes, it's very difficult for me to right now say what is the difference, because until you start learning vocab related to it, it's different to just figure out from listening. They don't have a very common difference as such. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
दीदी
हाँ.
दीदी तनुरत ने दीदी ने वाइट पर डाला है कि जो उ है ना प्रोनाउंस करके दिखा दो.
Like when you see something disgusting, I don't know, I have this stuck in my mind that whenever you see something disgusting and you say, you wala sound होता ना, वैसा. You don't have to open your mouth. अपना मुंह बहुत नहीं खोलना है. It's just छोटा सा सा साउंड है. ठीक है. अगर आप मुंह बंद करके बोलो, हिंदी वाला अगर आप मुंह बंद करके बोलो तो how will it sound? So it's the same sound. Okay.
Didi, can I tell?
Yeah, go ahead.
Say oo while stretching your mouth, like oo. Ooh,
You yeah.
stretching your mouth.
दीदी like a big smile like
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to open your mouth like for other vowels. Yeah, ऐसे open नहीं करना है. You need to keep your mouth as small as possible and pronounce this. Okay. Okay. Now coming back to Navya's question. A or A and A, the difference is your tongue placement, but that is very difficult to understand. So English में wherever I gave this example last time, I will repeat. They own. I hope everybody knows this guy.
Yes, Dee.
And Neha. So this is the difference. Here you see ne. So just like how you pronounce that ne and te. So here you will also have that a wala sound. Okay, te. Okay, like you guys can see the difference and you can hear the difference, right, between these two names. I would expect an yes or a no. Yeah, so wherever you have this A effect, there you'll use the first one, that is A, AD, or Teum, as simple as that, Teum. And wherever you wish to say the simple E, A, that has like Ne, that will have this third wala. Okay? Is it clear now?
Yes, Annie.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes, Didi.
Okay. Any other confusion? Divyanshu, since you joined late, do you have any, like, were you there in the YouTube live? He's there in the call, right?
Yes, Dee.
Yes, Didi.
Okay. Like those who are like, I am not sure. In case you guys are facing some technical issue, you can just type it down. In case you have a question, you can type that in the chat. Some or the other one will read. If not me, then someone else will read and ask that question. Okay, so I think this clears your complex vowel doubts. But this is something very, very important and confusing at the same time. So, in case you find any confusion later on, you can post your doubts in the group also. I'll try clearing it. I or other teachers will also help you clear those doubts. And it's mm, difficult for beginners. So, in case you are stuck here, don't feel that you're left alone. No, we were all there in your shoes like few days ago, so it's okay. This you will get to know, and this you'll memorize with time. So not an issue. Okay. So this is it for complex vowels. Now going on for your double consonants. So we have 5 double consonants. Okay. So who will be volunteering to read this? Somebody who has not read. I would like prefer that person first. Guys,
Me. Ishita.
Okay.
Yes, Deep.
Okay, Ishita, go ahead.
I only have to read the sound,
No,
or the
you
romanization
just
also?
no. You don't need to read the consonant name. Just read how this consonant will sound, like be pronounced.
Okay. Pa. Cha.
Okay. This is somewhere in between
Ja
ja
and cha.
ja.
And then this tha. Then this ka. Then this sa.
So, perfect. This is again somewhere in between D and D and T. Like it's so difficult for us to find a perfect letter to make the exact sound. So it's very different. So just know that it's somewhere in between. Okay. Anyone else who wishes to read this?
Navya.
Yes, Navya, go ahead.
Pa. Jo. Ta. Ka. Sha.
Perfect. Very
मैं
nice.
पढ़ूँ एक बार
हाँ आंटी आप पढ़ो.
प च त क स
परफेक्ट. आंटी आप एक काम करो, आप एक बार डिप्थॉन्ग्स भी पढ़ो सारे.
हाँ जी. ये
ए
ये ये
नहीं, आप फिर से रिपीट करोगे सारा? शुरू से शुरू करोगे? शुरू से फर्स्ट से शुरू करो. ए सेकंड ये थर्ड
ए
और
ये वा वे सेवेंथ वे वा.
Eighth is wrong.
वो we
way.
and 9th 10th we 11 we
ये फर्स्ट वाला वॉवेल आप किस तरह प्रोनाउंस करते हो? ये वाला जो 2 वॉवेल्स मिलाकर बनाया जा रहा है.
फर्स्ट है ई
नहीं.
we
मैंने नहीं, अभी मैंने बताया था कि आप मुंह बंद करके, जैसे जाकिर ने बोला ना, मुंह बंद करके स्ट्रेच करके ऊ बोलो तो कैसा साउंड आएगा?
बिग स्माइल के साथ
हाँ, और ई मिला के उई बनाता है। उई। आप ये सारे वॉवल्स अच्छे से याद करो, क्योंकि जब तक आपको ये याद नहीं होंगे तब तक आप रीडिंग नहीं कर पाओगे. Until you read these vowels, especially the complex vowels, because basic ones are very, very, very easy. Today or tomorrow you'll understand. They are very simple, so you'll understand the pronunciation. But here, if you see here, more than 3 of them make the same pronunciation. They're not different. They make the same pronunciation. 6th, 7th और 9th, ये तीनों के pronunciation more or less same है. They, right?
हाँ जी.
तो ये बहुत confusing part है. इसीलिए आप अच्छे से पढ़ो. जब तक आपको ये नहीं आएगा तब तक आपकी रीडिंग में भी कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आएगा. Until you read all this, memorize all these, you'll not be able to read confidently. That's the whole point. So you need to, आंटी मैंने तो आपके लिए मार्क भी कर दिया है कि आप ये सारे तो मतलब अच्छे से याद कर लो. 1, 3, 8, 9, 11, ये 5 तो आपको बिल्कुल याद नहीं है, तो आप बाकी सारे तो याद करो ही करो. ये 5 पे स्पेशल ध्यान देके याद करो. ठीक है?
ठीक है जी.
हाँ, ओके. So no confusion in double consonants also, right? Okay. For all those who are starting here, I would suggest that make such table and note down every pronunciation. Try learning from this table and that will help you when you have everything in one place. I'm so sorry.
ये आपको कफ है?
हाँ.
ये ध्यान रखो.
Sorry?
नहीं दी, मैं बस इतना कह रही थी कि आप उससे हल्का, आपका लो फॉर्म वाटर होता है ना, उसको आप ले लो.
हाँ, ओके. हाँ, मैं ले लूँगी. Okay, so do try making such tables that will help you. Okay. Okay. Moving on. So this is the character placement. I don't know if it's important or you guys have already done this. Do you want me to go through this, or it's okay? You already know.
Yes, Steve, एक बार repeat करा दो.
तो यहाँ पे here the blue box refers to your consonant and the green box refers to your vowel. Okay. Note one thing down, that no vowel and no consonant can be written separately. Okay. For any word, you need to combine both vowels and consonant, and then only it forms a syllable. Okay. That syllable is what you will use. Syllable. So this is how you create a syllable. Okay. This is nothing but your syllable formation. So every word is broken down into different syllables. You have 1 syllable words, you have 2 syllable words, you have 3 syllable words, you have 4 syllable words. So what is the smallest unit? This is the smallest unit. I don't know if it's so much of technical in literature, but yeah, this is how it is. So the blue box represents your consonant, and that is combined with a vowel, that is green box, in order to create a syllable. Okay, and that is how you will use it in words. Okay. So moving on. Here, if you see all those standing consonants that we have read till now, those basic standing ones. Okay, like or, yeah, yo. All these were standing, right? Standing. You guys understand what I'm talking about, right? what standing?
Yes, Didi.
What standing vowel I'm referring to? You see here, these are all having this vertical line. So these are known as standing vowels. Okay. Yeah. Or your. This is or. This is your. So all these are standing vowels. So this is how you place your standing vowels and create a syllable. Now this is how you combine the second one. This is how you combine the sitting vowels. Sitting vowels are o, you, yo, what else? You. Okay. Is a sitting vowel, right? So you place that below the consonant and form the syllable. Okay.
Okay, Didi.
Okay. Next, the complex vowels. So, वहाँ पे what? If you see here, I have used this young. Okay, this is nothing but a consonant, right? We
Yes,
read
Didi.
this in the consonant list. So this is a consonant. So why did we use this? Because it doesn't make a sound of itself. It doesn't have a sound of itself. Okay. And so they are combined with vowels in order to, like, if you want to write a pure vowel, this is how you write a pure vowel. Okay? Because this consonant has no sound of itself. So we use this. Similarly, replacing that, instead of young, you use any other vowel, any other consonant, and combine it with other vowels, be it complex vowel, be it basic vowel, and write it down this way. So here, if you see, they've used which complex vowel? Which complex vowel, guys?
Didi, it is wa.
Wa. So if you see here, we pronounce it wa because it was combined with young, which does not have a sound of itself. But here, if you see, g is written, right? Gyat is written. How will we pronounce this?
Gua.
Gua. So your consonant sound will become g and wa will follow. So it will become gua. Please don't refer to romanization going like once you are well versed with the alphabets, don't rely on romanization. That will confuse and ruin all your pronunciation. Trust me on that. Okay. So these were simple ones, right? What if we have this yellow box also? What is this yellow box known as?
Final. Or
Ending consonants.
Ending consonant. There is a special word. So
finals.
Bachin. Okay, we are going to read this going forward. Like we'll be reading the rules. So when do we apply these Bachin rules? When this final consonant. Okay, this is a consonant. This yellow box is also a consonant. Okay, so when you have this final consonant or Bachin in this position, that is the below position, वहाँ पे अगर you have this consonant, your syllable is ending with a bachin, then there are few rules that you need to take care while pronouncing them. Those are all sound rules. Okay. Okay. So when there is this sitting, this is standing vowel, then there is this standing vowel associated. At that time, this pachim will be placed this way. Like here, if you can see, Khan is written. And Nian, N is the final consonant or pachim, right? Okay. Then you have sitting vowel like O, Q, U. At that time, how will you place it? You place it below that. So this N is placed below that sitting vowel, right? So this becomes kon. Okay. And this is how you'll write. This is the syllable you formed in the first row, right? This is from there, and you just need to add a final consonant below that. Bachim below that. Okay. Now, one more variation of that is you have two final consonants. Okay, double consonant. Like, have you heard of this word? What does it mean?
It means to have, to exist.
Very nice, Navya.
Or to be.
To be. Yeah. So, what is this? What is this?
Sir.
Double consonant?
Yes, it is a double consonant. Sang Shir. Okay. So you have so many other combinations of consonants that you can have here in the final place. So this is also known as Kyobachin, but this is how you write them. Okay. So if you see here, N and H is combined, right? So this is how you place it. Apart from Ko, this is what we made in the first row, right? यहाँ पे पहले दूसरे the first step में we made this. We made this, right? And in the third step we added this Gyobachin or final consonants. Two consonants we added. No and her. Okay? And this is what came up. So this is one syllable. Okay? Similarly, whatever we form in the first row, we can just add the final consonants below that. Okay?
ये sound कैसे होगी फिर उसकी?
We'll read that. There are rules for that also. Yobachim the rules are not difficult, but यहाँ पे के लिए you can just know that this is pronounced as kan, kon, and kwan. Okay. यहाँ पे क्या होता है?
Like the pronunciation, what will be when it will be the and her? So what will be the pronunciation?
Okay. So when it is na and her, so there are two categories in Gyobachim. We divide it into two categories. In first category, you pronounce the first consonant. In second category, you pronounce the second consonant. Okay, I'll tell you those categories. There are few cases where you pronounce the second one, where ye her wali position pe whatever will be there, that will be pronounced. Okay, whatever will be there on that her position, that will be pronounced. Otherwise, first consonant will be pronounced. Okay.
Did I have something to show? Can I show?
Yeah, sure. You're sharing your screen?
No, Didi, I'm turning on my camera. Just a minute.
Oh, okay.
I'm joining with my phone.
Yes, Saket. We
हाँ,
do
तो
have.
इसमें एक मिनट हाँ, इसमें सारे वो हैं, क्या कहते हैं, सबके रूल्स हैं कि कौन सा वाला प्रोनाउंस होगा, तो मैं इसको भेज दूँ।
हाँ, भेज दो।
लैपटॉप पे भेज सकता हूँ।
Okay, so yeah, we have such categories जहाँ पे you'll have first वाला to pronounce and where you pronounce the second consonant. So you need to pronounce either of them. Okay. Only when there is young after this is when your sound gets carried away. But that is again another rule, right? Only when you have young after whatever double consonant, double gyobachim that you have, post that if you have young at that time only, your sound gets carried away to the next syllable. Okay. Understood, guys?
Yes, Didi.
Okay, I think we don't have any question on YouTube also. Moving on. This is clear to everyone, right? No questions.
दी लास्ट के जो थर्ड नंबर पे जो तीनों है, प्लीज आप वो प्रोनाउंस कर दीजिए एक बार.
Gua, Quan, Quan. Okay. Again, as I said, that we pronounce only one out of them, right? So, यहाँ पे तो we pronounce Quan only. Okay.
Yes.
Any other confusion? Anybody?
No need.
So, shall we quickly go over with Bachim rules so that we don't break this? Or do you guys have some other plans and you need to leave? Because then it will be a waste. Guys, tell me quickly. Palli.
दी थोड़ा zoom कर दो. तो हम लोग ये पढ़ें या छोड़ दें आज? आप लोगों को कहीं जाना है?
No दी, continue करिए.
No दी, but ये बहुत छोटा लिखा है. Can you please zoom it a little bit because बहुत छोटा लिखा है.
दीदी मुझे जाना है बाहर.
ठीक है नव्या, तो आप जाओ.
ओके दीदी पर मैं उसमें आऊंगी वाईटी पे.
ठीक है.
ओके दीदी, बाय
बाय. चलो फिर फटाफट ये कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं. So the first rule says that ticket, cheer, tongue cheer, ticket, here. ठीक है? ये the इसके pronunciation तो याद है ना आप लोगों को? You guys haven't forgotten this, right?
Yes, दी.
So whenever these are there in the bachim, you guys now know what bachim is, right? That single yellow box is known as bachim. And what is that double yellow box known as?
Didi, can you repeat?
What is that? The single yellow box in the syllable formation we learned, right? The single yellow box was known as bachim. What was the double yellow box known as?
Double last consonant.
Very nice, very clever of you. Okay. Yeah, it's known as Gyo Bachin. Okay, Gyo. Gyo Bachin. Okay.
Okay.
Now, here we are reading about Bachim rules. That means you have a single final consonant. At that time, what are the rules that you need to keep in account while doing the pronunciations? Okay. So, this is the one. Now, when you have the, so, tongue shape, j, ch, th, these all make a sound of the. The or the in Bachin. Okay. And if the next consonant is young, then they carry the sound. Okay. So here is your example. Do write down these examples. Okay, how do you pronounce this? First one. Guys, how do you pronounce this?
Isita.
Who said Isda?
Me. Mohini.
No, Moine. So, Moini, this is since we have the, right? They are only pronounced with their original sound when the following consonant is young. Okay. जैसे कि first one is known as itta and the second one is known as pronounced as isoyo. Okay. Here, if you see in the second wala pronunciation, you did pronounce a sa, right? Isoyo. So the sound of sa got carried away. Okay. But यहाँ पे, here, you did not have young, right? You had digits. So that's why you made a sound of itta. Okay? Clear enough?
Yes.
So don't get confused when these come into play. Okay? Okay. Now, next rule is, this rule is when a bachim comes before a syllable with yung, what happens is that particular sound is carried over. Okay? So, what will be the first word? How will you pronounce that? Kumyon. Right. So, the pronunciation would look like this, but then your spelling is not this word. Okay? Clear?
एक बार repeat करो.
Okay. So, agar the next syllable is young, then the sound gets carried away. Okay? Carried over, not away, carried over to the following syllable. जैसे कि यहाँ पे, why did we pronounce it as isoyo? It should be itoyo, right? Going by the first rule. Itoyo.
No, they. Isoyo.
It should be isoyo, right? So, why does that sound like isoyo? Because when we take this second rule in account, that means this particular bachim. So sorry. The bachim rule gets carried over to the next syllable. Okay, so it's written like this, but the pronunciation would sound like this. That's why many a times I do see people making this mistake and writing it this way. Isoy. Because it sounds like that, but it's not written. That is not the correct spelling. That is the correct pronunciation. Okay? It's not Itoyo, it's isoyo. Similarly, now here, here you pronounce this first word as gumyon. Gumyon. So it sounds like myon. These two syllables come together to form this. But that is not the case. The first syllable is kum and second syllable is yon. Okay. Are you getting it?
Yes, Didi.
Yes, yes.
Now clear with the confusion, right?
Yes, Didi.
Okay. Now the second word is, can someone pronounce this?
Hanguko.
Hangugo. So it sounds like Hangugo, right? Word is written as Hangugo. Hangugo. Okay? Is it clear now? Moving on to our next.
Yes, Dee. Clear.
Moving on to our third rule, that if Pachin and the next consonant are the same when reading, then the consonant is doubled. The sound that they make is doubled up. Like, can someone pronounce these? Can someone pronounce the first one?
Tutta.
Titta.
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 Titta. So here, if you see this, like these two are added. The and the sound is added, and a sound more like t, right? Titta. It
Yes,
sounds like this. Titta. Okay.
Dee, is it more like th sound or the sound?
The sound. I told you, that it's somewhere in between the and the. Titta. Okay.
Okay, Didi.
Okay. Now, second wala is itta.
Itta.
Yes. So as I said, that last niche wala becomes the, right? Sounds like by the first rule, it becomes a sound like the, unless you have young after it, right?
Yes, Didi.
So it becomes this way and then sounds this way, itta, right? समझ में आ गया?
Yes, Didi.
Yes, Dee.
Okay. Third one.
Hakyo.
Hakyo.
Hakyo. So again, this is sound here, okay? Just understand. So it's hakyo. Okay? Hakyo.
Okay, Didi.
So these are the three rules now. Moving on, fourth rule is that whenever we have gyak, tikat, and tiap, okay, whenever this collides with her, here, okay, at that times what happens? That they make these sounds, okay, k, they become a k, th, and k, okay. Like Chukamida. Have you guys heard of this word?
Yes, Didi.
Yes.
Chuka hai. So we say
Yes, it means congratulations.
exactly. So we say chuk K. Okay, we make a sound of K and not G. We don't say chukai, right? We don't say chukai, right?
Yes, Didi.
We say
Yes,
chuka.
yes.
Okay. Who will be reading this?
Can I?
Go ahead, Saket.
Thapada.
Tapada. Perfect. Any confusion? Any question?
No, Didi.
Yeah. So now the fifth one is when g, the, b. The, and and chin and are followed by young. So this is something to take a note of because this you'll have to learn. So if there is young, neon, neum, in that case, g will sound like young, the will sound like no, and piap will sound like mo. Okay. Have you guys thought of why does what does this sound like? What does this sound like?
Isimnida.
Isimnida.
Do we say isamnida or we say isamnida?
Isamnida.
So okay, I'll write it down because I'll take a vote. Okay. Okay. Please vote for what are you saying? Nida or Nida?
Second one. Nida.
Second one.
Okay. To vote for this.
See, it's the same one when a PF sound will change into Mia.
Yes.
Okay. बाकी
ये बोलने में तो मीदा आएगा.
Nida. Okay. So one word vote for this.
First one.
First one.
Mida. The first
Sorry?
one. Mida.
Girlie, you were there in the second wala, second vote also.
First one.
You gave your vote for the second one also.
I mistakenly. Sorry.
So no worries. Okay, yeah, it does make a sound of Nida. Isumnida. Okay. So we'll read this going forward. Like we have one rule for that also. That when neon and neon are together, they sound like neon. I think we have a rule like this. Like what does this sound like? Can someone say what will be the pronunciation for the
Shinbal. Shinpal.
for Saket? What is the final pronunciation?
Shinbal.
Shim bal?
Shin. No.
Shinbal.
Yes. Shinbal.
Shinbal. Okay, guys, don't follow the romanization. I'm repeating it again. But yeah, for the ease of knowing what you guys are pronouncing, I'll write it in romanized form. Shinbal is what Saket said. Any other words?
Shimbal.
Shimmar.
Who said what?
Shimbal.
Shimmar.
Navya is there in the call. Who said Shinbal? Oh, like who all voted for this?
Haya.
T.I. Ishita.
Okay, Ishita.
Shweta.
Shimba. Shweta.
Good answer.
Girly. Okay. Okay. Any change in answer?
Shimba.
Yeah, the correct pronunciation is Shimbar. Okay? When your Neon and Biop are together, at that time, your Biop sounds like M, right? And also, I've made this as a point. Do note this down. I don't know if it is there in this rules that I'm sharing or not. But N and M, whenever they are together, for the ease of pronunciation, these are all the things that we do for the ease of pronunciation. Okay. I don't know.
दी शिम्बाल का मतलब क्या होता है?
Choose.
Okay.
Okay. So this becomes Shimbal. Okay. Okay. Can someone just help me with these two words? Is it clear, or do you want me to zoom in? Who will be pronouncing this?
Gupmul. It's Gupmul.
Sorry?
Gupmul.
Okay. Just now we read a rule. Kyuk becomes Yong. Okay. So this becomes
दी Gupmul. Gupmul.
exactly. Gumul. Yes. Gumul. And this is the word that we just now.
Simnida.
It becomes Sumnida. But yes. That's how we do it. And can someone read it for me? Probably this is the correct spelling. Yeah.
Mangne.
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 Mangne. Is this what you read?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So your pronunciation was more of this, right? The first syllable was
Yes,
mang and not mak, right? We don't say makne. We pronounced it as mangne, right?
Yes, it is.
Now I think you're clear with 5 of the rules.
E Mangne is according to second rule.
Is according to the 5th rule. We just know. What second rule did you learn?
Yeah, I remember about it. Young wala.
नहीं. So यहाँ पे the spelling is this, right? The spelling is this. Mark name. Spelling is this. Always keep a note that you'll have to remember the spellings separately. Okay. So the spelling is Magne, but the pronunciation is Mangne. Okay.
Okay.
I am sorry in case my cold is making me sound alag. Okay. So now coming to the 6th rule, we'll just quickly go over these 8 rules and then we are done. We're good to close the call. So yeah. Now whenever real and neon meet, at that time your neon becomes real. Okay. So all these conversions you'll have to remember. Okay, guys, just remember all these conversion rules. Cool. How will you?
See, how can we practice these rules by ourselves?
Okay, you'll have to read more articles, read more books, practice your pronunciation by all the reading materials that you have. I try to post more words if like I have a list. In case I get a list, I don't have it right away, or else I would have shared it. But I don't have it right away. In case I have one or I prepare one, I'll share it. But yeah, it will come over time with practice. But at least you should keep those rules in your mind so that whenever you start reading, even in reading sessions, whenever you read, you are more confident about what and how it is done. Okay. So
Okay.
there's no honestly speaking, there's no list. I told you this is all the notes that I have made from so many different sources. I am just sharing it. Uh, I have made it from different sources because I don't find this anywhere clubbed up. Like I did not find any video, any book where everything was written in. I don't know. Maybe I am a very as a structure. I need everything in structure. Then only it tempts me to study. So I want everything like okay, rules here. All the rules are written here. You just need to know them, and then you're done. So I don't like scattered things. I am not sure if what is the case with everyone, but that is how I practice. So this is what I made from all the different sources that I have. And in case I get more words and more lists to practice, honestly speaking, I did not use any list or anything. I just read the regular material and whatever the reading material that I had, whatever story, Insta post, anything and everything. Okay. So, who will be pronouncing this? These two.
Can I?
Guys, speak louder. I'm having cold. I'm speaking louder than you guys. I can't hear you.
Can I get?
Yes, girlie. Sangeet, you've done reading everything now.
Yes, Didi.
Hasan.
Halasan. And what is the second one, girlie?
Talara.
Thallara. Yeah. So you understood why this Nian became real, right? Why did you pronounce Talla and not Thalnara? Okay. Uh, pronunciation of this. Pronunciation of this. Who will volunteer? Other than Sakit. I think Sakit can. Who? I can't see your name, so you'll have to say your name.
It's Girly D.
Okay, girl. Yeah, go ahead.
Sunna.
Sorry? Hmm?
Sunna, the first one. Second one
Okay.
is my tongue are twisted.
Okay, do you guys know what these words are? Easy words. Sorry?
Don't know what the words.
No, they.
Nobody in the call? Like, I don't know how many of us are there. Do you guys need
No,
me to tell your
I
names?
know the
So
second
many
one.
of you. Okay.
I know the second one.
Okay.
Ah.
Shweta, did you speak? Did you get a chance to speak?
Not properly.
Okay, so Shraddha, did you get a chance? Why don't I hear you guys speaking? It's so difficult for me to like scroll back to this page and then pick everyone out. Shraddha, you there? Okay, Afsana.
Yes, see, I'm there.
Yeah, so I will ask Divyanshu, Afsana, Shraddha, and Shata.
ये आपकी वॉइस बीच में कट
Okay, I was saying that what are the names? Afsana, Divyanshu, Shraddha, and Shraddha. Come on. So you guys tell me the pronunciation of these two words. Okay. Who's going first? Afsana will go first. Afsana, tell me. It's not a test. Don't worry. I'm not marking you guys.
Solnal.
Solnal. Okay. And second one?
मुझे बराबर नहीं पता है, मैं जस्ट जो है वो
हाँ कोई बात नहीं. Good. Dear. Good. Uncle. Uncle. Ral. Okay. Divyanshu.
Yeah. The first one is Sonnal, and the second one is Hangulnal.
Hangulnal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the other two? Shata and Shata, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Solar. Solar and
Try करो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. We are all here.
Hangral, like Hangral.
Hangral. Okay. Who? Shraddha spoke.
Shweta.
Shweta gave the answer.
Solar. Hangral.
Okay. So going by this sixth rule, the pronunciation should have been like this, right? Guys, please keep a note that these are not the real spellings. Don't focus on this. It's just in your mind that you need to read this way. Okay? And when you have real here and real here, it becomes a l, a very prominent l. Okay? So have you guys heard of Solal and Hangulal?
I know.
Yes,
Yes. So what does Hangulal refer to?
Korean day.
Hangul
Day. Hangul Day. Exactly. Hangul Day. So 9th of October, I guess, is Hangul Day. And to celebrate the day when Hangul came into being. So this is the day. Hangulal. Okay? Hangulal.
I have a question. The constant R है, it sounds sometimes को R और L दोनों हम इसको बोलते हैं. So how can we know कि हम इसको R बोलना है?
देखो, one thing. So if your R, this real, is in Bachin, so more or less it makes a sound of L. Okay? And when it is on top, like if you write this, do you know what this is? Do you know what this is?
Ramyon.
Yes.
Ramyon. And this is, okay, the pronunciation is null. So if you see here, when real, the consonant real is in bachim. Okay, now you know what bachim is, so I don't need to explain that, right? Which position I am talking about. Yeah. So whenever real is in bachim, it makes more or less a sound of l, and when it is on top, then it makes r sound. Okay. And one more thing, just like na and ma, when I told you, shimbal. So similarly, uh, when you have real here and real here, so the sound is doubled up. Okay. So यहाँ पे sol ral नहीं होगा, it will be sol lal. The sound L is doubled up. Okay. So it's sol lal. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yes.
Hangal lal. Hangal nal नहीं. Okay. Any confusion till here? Oh, we were
No, Nidhi.
So Hangal Nal, yeah, it is to celebrate Hangal Day, and Solal is New Year. Yeah, Solal is the New Year, what they celebrate. Okay. Now, moving on. The seventh one is whenever the or tigar, ye agar are in bachim position and meet syllable t, then they make a sound of T. Okay, like what is this? And what is this? Kachi.
Kachi.
And this one?
Kachi.
Kachi. So we already have used kachi so many times, right? Kachi ka. Kachi kayo. So kachi means together. Let's go together. So kachi kacha. Kachi ka. Okay. No confusion here. I don't think this is the easiest of all. You have so many other difficult ones to remember.
Yes, Steve. This one is easy.
Yeah. Now the special rule, the last rule, that when nian, ya, ma, young, and real, okay, when they meet her, at that time, the her is not pronounced. Okay, like what do we pronounce this one? How do we pronounce this one? Chua. Chua. Chuayo. Right? Chua heo. We don't say joha heo. We don't say that, right?
Yes, Didi.
Yes, Steve.
So chuayo is and the second one is
Amo.
Amo.
So these are the words, and this is it. These are the Bacham rules. These are the basic 8 Bacham rules that I know of. Do you guys know something other than this? I think this is sufficient enough for you to start pronouncing and like to be clear and confident with your pronunciation.
इसे प्रैक्टिस करने में टाइम लग गया.
These no, you'll not take time. Don't worry. These are easy. Once you start reading it, you will. It's only 2-3 rules that you need to keep in mind. Otherwise, it's more or less easy. You already know. You guys are already reading every day. You are there in the reading sessions, right? Yeah, it's absolutely fine. You already must be knowing all these, or you must be using all these instead of noting those rules down. So, was it helpful, guys?
Yes.
Yes, Dee.
Okay. Any confusion till here?
नो कंफ्यूजन बट रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा, बार बार रिवाइज करेंगे तो हो जाएगा.
हाँ, मतलब अब वो रिवीजन वाला पार्ट तो आप लोगों का है. I can only help you this much. I can help you with this. बात बाकी तो आपके रिवीजन पे डिपेंड करता है. How good you revise and how good you remember. But you guys have already learned so much till now. Vocabs we were learning. Baki pronunciation of alphabets and consonants and vowels we were learning. So this should be easy for you. I know so many of you will be already good in pronunciation. Don't panic with all these 8 being listed in one place. That's the only thing. That's the only advice I will give. Don't panic. It's okay. You'll be good in pronunciation. Okay. Now, so this is what we had for today's session. So we don't have a question now, right? Nobody has a question.
No, Didi.
Just in case you guys get any question, you can always post it on the Telegram group. We'll try our best to help you. Apart from that, are you guys looking forward for more such classes? And are you guys have you guys already started with grammar?
Yes,
Yes,
little
Didi.
bit.
You guys can frame sentences now.
Yes, the
No.
basic sentences.
Mohini, you said no, right? It's okay. You guys can tell if you don't know, so that we should also have something in our mind.
अरे कहाँ है? अरे कहाँ है? अरे तू जरा.
So that we have these things in our mind, that from going ahead with our upcoming sessions, what should we have our energy channeled into? So are you guys
We can do grammar in upcoming sessions, I think.
okay.
Yes, Dee.
What exact grammar have you guys started with? Okay, Ishita, you can frame sentences. I know that.
Yes, that the basic sentence I can frame.
So, like, what have you and where have you started it from? You're referring to some book or some.
Yes, see, I had a PDF of book which I referred to, and some how to talk in Korean. वो वेबसाइट था, उससे मैंने टेंसेस देखे थे, वहाँ से पढ़े थे.
Yeah. And Girly, have you started with grammar?
The basic. Good morning, like that. Actually, I don't have. I can't create grammar sentences.
Sorry, you can't create sentences as of yet?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. No worries. We'll help you out with that. Mohini, what about you? Where are you there? Have you done with the vowels and consonant? You're reading, right? You're already reading. Mohini, you're on mute in case you're speaking. Yeah, you can already read, Mohini, right?
Yes, Dee.
So have you started grammar or
No.
no? Okay. Afsana, what about you?
Grammar, no.
Okay, now you can read, right? You have already done with alphabets.
Yes, alphabet हाँ done और उसके बाद डायरेक्ट लर्निंग सीखना चालू कर दिया. ग्रामर नहीं किया.
Learning as in क्या सीखना चालू कर दिया?
मीन्स यूट्यूब डायरेक्ट यूट्यूब से देखा. मैंने बेसिक करके उसके बाद वो जो सिखा रहे हैं कॉपी में नोट डाउन करके देन.
So you're well versed with consonants, right?
Yes.
Shraddha, what about you?
I know the consonants and vowels, but I don't know how to form sentences.
Sentences is not something that you have started with. Haya, I already know that you know how to make sentences. You're very good at that. So we'll be skipping you. Ramya, I think you also can. So Ramya, I think you also can make frame sentences. Like in the last session also you made quite good sentences.
Yes.
Yeah. So like are you Haya, you and Ramya, are you guys stuck somewhere in sentence formation or in grammar part?
जी sometimes grammar वो मुश्किल हो जाती है कभी.
Okay, so are you guys referring to some book or some material?
No, it's just LG Sir's class which I'm taking at the moment.
LG Sir's class. Yeah, I think that's quite informative.
I usually refer how to study Korean website.
How to study, yeah. Yeah, it's very informative. I can say that. But in which chapter are you there, Ramya? Because I don't know, that's a personal opinion, that it's very informative at times. It's very informative. I started with that, but then it was so much of information that I lost my interest due to that.
Yes, same. I think for 6 or 7 months I have followed that website only. And I have lost interest.
It has too much of information and it's very nice, very nicely structured. But then I don't know, I got demotivated by seeing so much of information. I don't know why.
I have stopped with lesson 5.
Yeah, I was also there somewhere in maybe lesson 5 or something. So, Haya, you were saying something. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I was saying that if possible, can you send me that book's PDF, please?
Which book?
The one she's talking about, talk to me in Korean, I think.
Oh, okay. It's not Talk to Me in Korean. It's How to Study Korean. It's a website.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I can place this on our YouTube channel, but yeah, that is the site. Divyanshu, what about you?
Yeah, I just know the alphabets. I never learned grammar, but I can form sentences too sometimes. Like, let me try one.
I am so sorry.
I do not learn Korean earlier, but I know the alphabet.
Okay.
And I'm not too good with grammar, but sometimes I can form sentences.
Okay.
Like, let me try one now. Should I?
Sorry?
Can I try making a sentence? You correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. 나는 저녁을 먹고 싶어요. 그래서 저는 갈게요. Right.
Okay. Yeah, it's correct. And in case you want to leave, you can.
It's okay. I can save like 5 or 10 minutes. My mom is calling me.
Oh, don't worry. We'll just wrap in 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
We'll not take more than that. Okay. Okay. So Rupashri aunty, आप कहाँ पे stuck हो? आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रही है? क्या आपने अल्फाबेट सारे पढ़ लिए? याद है आपको?
अल्फाबेट कॉन्सोनेंट वाइल वो ही मैं पढ़ रही थी. ग्रामर अभी तक शुरू नहीं किया. एलजे सर की क्लास जो होती है वही मैं देखती हूँ। और बुक तो था, आखिर जो ग्रुप था उसमें बुक था, पर जो ग्रुप डिलीट हो गया ना, तो वो बुक में मेरे पास नहीं है यार।
ओके, कोई बात नहीं। ग्रामर का दिव्या, व्हाट अबाउट यू? Divya, am I audible to you, Divya? In case you're speaking, Divya, you're on mute. Okay, moving on. Saket, what about you?
I'm referring to LJ sir's book and Korean from zero.
Okay. Sakshi, so which chapter are you in, Saket?
Chapter.
Till what extent you can make form sentences?
I am in chapter 12. 12.
Well, okay, cool. Then we'll play a few games on sentence making so as to rate on what kind of sentences we can make. Sakshi, what about you?
जी आई कैन रीड बट अभी ग्रामर नहीं किया, सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन नहीं हुआ है.
Sentence formation नहीं हुआ है. Okay, so more or less I can see that more of us are stuck with sentence making. We are not there at a position where we can make sentences. We'll keep this in mind for upcoming sessions maybe. And see, I'm not committing it from my side, but yeah, we'll keep this in mind so that we can have more informative sessions for you guys also, so that you can at least form basic sentences, because that should not be difficult, and that will anyway boost your confidence to learn more. And we'll keep this in mind. Thank you for the feedback. Divya, I think we missed your feedback. So where exactly are you stuck? You can type it down in the chat box. Are you done with alphabets? Have you started with sentence formation? Can you form basic sentences? In case we have someone else, okay. Divya says that she can form sentences. Okay, cool. So I think in dialogue, no, okay, not perfectly. That's perfectly fine. But in dialogue making sessions, like the dialogue making task that Bhaiya gave, have you guys formed your sentences like yourself, or taken help from translator or something? Anybody?
Yeah, I take help from translator to check the verb form sometimes.
Okay. Which translator do you use, Ishita?
The
Google?
Papa book.
Papa book.
No, Google Translator is not good.
Good. That's what I wanted to know, that exactly which translator are you using. So yeah, Papago is better than Google Translator. But apart from that, I would suggest that moving forward, maybe you guys are not there at that level. That's why you guys are not confident enough to make your own sentences. Maybe that's why. But we'll plan to move at a position where we'll limit the use of translator. We should not ideally rely on translator, otherwise we'll never learn on exactly how the sentences is formed. So thank you everyone for joining in. And okay, do we have any question on YouTube? Anybody? Any question? Or do you guys want to give your feedback on where exactly you are stuck? In
No
case
questions from YTD.
no questions. Cool. In that case, we can close the call. Thank you. It's been 2 hours for just Hangul and Bachimru. And you guys better make proper notes, send it on the group, and practice it yourself. Like even if you're not sending it on the group, do practice it yourself and learn it properly. So learn it properly because and post your questions. Then we'll get to know. Like don't wait for me to individually ask on the session on if, whether you are stuck somewhere or not. In case you guys feel that you are stuck somewhere, you guys can always post it on the group and we'll keep that in account. Thank you so much for joining in, all those who are there in Gmeet and all those who are there on YouTube. Thank you so much, and hope we can have more informative sessions. So thank you. Bye. Good night.
감사합니다, 언니.
Thank you.
안녕히 가세요.
Bye. 안녕하세요. 감사합니다.
Get well soon, Di.
Thank you. 잘 자요. Sleep well.
So much for having me here.
Thank you, girly, and I hope to see you more in our upcoming sessions.
Stay.
Yeah. Bye. Take care.
Di, I had a question.
Yeah, Shika, go ahead. Ask.
Di, I wanted to ask from where you started grammar. मतलब आपने कहाँ से start की grammar पढ़ना?
Okay. मैंने बताया ना मैंने इतने सारे sources से पढ़ा है ना, and probably then I settled down to कि कोई पढ़ा दे. That is when I came into KLG. कोई पढ़ा दे, कोई practice करा दे. Otherwise मैंने बहुत सारे ऐसे भिन्न sources से पढ़ा है. तभी मुझे पता है ना कि वो कोरियन हाउ टू स्टडी कोरियन वाला वेबसाइट वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है यार. मतलब ऑनेस्टली भैया, इज इट रॉन्ग टू लाइक से दिस ऑन यूट्यूब? I am already doing the तारीफ of that site. It's very good, very informative. But बहुत demotivate कर देता यार. मतलब I was like कि अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा है. And that is how I got into this. That is how I got into KLG. यहाँ पे कोई पढ़ा दे और मैं मतलब पढ़ लूँ कहीं से भी. Yeah. I think we will have sessions more often of this sort, so that you guys don't lose interest in Korean, and in case you guys want to take it forward, so we can have more sessions like this. I can help you with. We have so many teachers also, so we can always help you with grammar, at least to start forming your own sentences. That will definitely boost your confidence, or that will help you.
Okay, I got it.
मतलब मेरा कोई एक पर्टिकुलर सोर्स नहीं है यार, तो मैं क्या ही शेयर करूँ. मैंने एक बुक से भी पढ़ा है, कोरियन विद जीरो से मैंने रेफर किया था. हाँ, कोरियन फ्रॉम जीरो से मैंने रेफर किया. मैंने हाउ टू स्टडी कोरियन की वेबसाइट से भी पढ़ा. मैंने टॉक टू मी इन कोरियन से भी पढ़ा. एंड मतलब हर इंसान के लिए अलग अलग चीज़ें वर्क करती है. सो मे बी समहाउ आई फाउंड कि मुझे सबके स्ट्रक्चर में कुछ अलग अलग ही समझ में आया. जैसे कोरियन फ्रॉम जीरो भी बहुत अच्छा है, बट अगेन उसका ग्रामर रेफर करने का तरीका अलग है. फिर हाउ टू स्टडी बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव है, और टॉक टू मी इन कोरियन बहुत डेली कॉन्वर्सेशंस पे बेस्ड है. तो अगर आप कोई पर्टिकुलर ग्रामर ढूंढ रहे हो तो उस तरह के स्ट्रक्चर से आप नहीं पढ़ सकते. You get a situation and you read it about it, like read about it. So I don't know, it somehow doesn't work for me. पर सबके लिए अलग अलग चीज़ें वर्क करती है. तो you guys are free to find your way of learning. बट हमसे जितनी भी मदद चाहिए आपको, प्लीज मैं ये बार बार बोलती हूँ कि पोस्ट करो. जब तक आप लोग बोलोगे नहीं तब तक हमें पता नहीं चलेगा. और मैं हर सेशन में ऐसा 5 मिनट रिव्यू सेशन शायद मैं या इबन सर या कोई भी नहीं कर पाएगा, जो रिव्यू की आप लोग कहाँ पे स्टक फील कर रहे हो. तो आप लोग खुद ही से बोल दो, सब सीख रहे हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अगर आपको कुछ नहीं भी आता है तो कोई बात नहीं यार, सिखा देंगे, है ना.
Yes, Dee. Thank you for all your help.
चलो फिर बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, खत्म करते हैं यहीं पे. मोहिनी, दिव्यांशु, दिव्या, आप लोगों को कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है ना?
No, Dee.
Then we can close the call. Bye, good night.
Bye, Dee.